So today's meditation is going to be, hi everyone, today's meditation is going to be about basically our own perceptions of what's going on with people, either to do with their spiritual path or to do with how you're trying to bring information into people or advising people, and what your reactions are to that. And as we all know, is that we have to reflect on ourselves every now and again. And I've had to reflect on this sort of thing because, especially with the energies that are coming in for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be triggered. We're going to be triggered in ways that we really thought we'd sorted out. And this energy is really going to get right down to the nitty-gritty of where we are, what we are doing, and the sort of people that we thought we were. So what we need to do is just settle down, and we're going to have a little bit of looking at what's going on with us. So it will be a self-reflection, and the archangels that are coming in will be personal to you. So it could be Archangel Michael, Archangel Cassiel, Chamuel, could even be some of the goddesses, could be anybody. It's so that you can reflect on where you are on your spiritual path, and also how you are interacting with people, how you are seeing people energetically, not just on a ego-based level. So we're going to get nice and comfortable, and we're going to be going into that heart space to see where these things are happening and what's happening, and what we need to let go of as part of this process so that we can move into an even deeper heart space. So if you get nice and comfy and take a couple of nice deep breaths, just get yourself into that space as you close your eyes. And we're going to call in the 4 great archangels just because we're in reflection. So it's going to be Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Raphael. They're going to step in around you and create a safe space by connecting their wings and clearing out of this space that we're going to be working in anything that is not appropriate for the self-reflection that we're going to be going through. And I want you to see your heart energy start to expand. And then within this, we're going to see that wonderful Garden of Eden rose start to expand. And we're going to see the energy from this fill us, so that we are filled with self-compassion as we go through this process. That every inch of us is filled with this wonderful self-compassion. And then we're going to see another wave of energy, that wonderful compassion energy, start to fill us as well, so that as we do this meditation, we are sending compassion out to the other that we see as not listening or not doing or not being. And then finally we send ourselves filled with unconditional love, so that too can be sent out as part of this meditation to show the other that we understand. So these 3 energies flowing through your body so that they're easily sent out and around as you do this meditation. Then we're going to send that wonderful energy up through the top of our head, our heart energy through our higher chakras, and connect into the divine energy. And as we connect to the divine energy, we're going to bring back down that energy all the way through our higher chakras, making sure that each one is filled with that wonderful compassion, self-compassion, and unconditional love energy, so that they too send out this energy through all the vibrations as part of this meditation and bring it down to our heart energy. And we're going to drop our heart energy all the way through our body, through the floor where we are, and activate our silver and copper earth star. And this too is going to be filled with that energy of self-compassion, compassion, and unconditional love, so that it is earthed into this reality as well as the other vibrations. And then see it drop through the layers of the earth until we come to that wonderful divine crystal that's multi-dimensional, multi-vibrational, or multi-frequency. And as we bring the energy up from that crystal, again we're making sure that that earth star of copper and silver is filled with that wonderful self-compassion, compassion, and unconditional love, so that it's earthed on this reality and other realities as we clear the energy. And then bring it back up into our heart energy. Really sending the energies up and down, mixing and mingling between the 2 points, and then spreading out in a pillar of light. And now an archangel is going to step into the space with you, and in their hand they're holding an orb of light, and this orb of light has a energy in it that you have had to deal with over the last few days or the last few weeks even, that you felt the other person should have listened to you, should have known what you were saying. And they're going to add to this from the air any event of you wondering why they aren't working as hard as they should on their spiritual ascension, why they're being lazy, why they are not raising their vibration to the 5th dimension. And then finally is the anger at feeling alone in all this, that why is it that the people around me are not understanding? Why are the people around me not listening to what I'm saying? Why are the people around me not doing what I'm telling them to do? And anything else that this angel will think of, they will show you a word or a picture. And they're going to place this in your heart energy. And your heart energy is going to play you a little film of what's really going on with this energy. So I'm going to leave you sit here for a few moments while they play this little film, and you're just watching the film. You're not getting involved with the emotions, you're not getting pulled into the story, you're just watching a film of what is really going on with these situations. So I'll just leave you here for a minute or so. now we're going to see that Garden of Eden rose swallow that ball. And see it be changed by the energy of that Garden of Eden rose into where you should be coming from. And this is when you need to use the word should. You should be coming from love. You should be coming from compassion. You should be giving yourself self-compassion. And the angel says, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for being angry, upset, frustrated, and let it go. See it floating out of your heart energy like feathers or butterflies of transformation. I know that these feathers are going to float off, or these butterflies are going to float off to the person whose energy you were looking at, so that they receive this beautiful energy, and it helps them to release any energy of the same type that they need to release, because they might be frustrated or angry at someone because they aren't doing what they feel they should be doing. So that the heart energy becomes softer, accepting beings for where they are rather than where the ego says they should be. The heart says you should use love. The heart says you should show self-compassion to yourself. These are the only shoulds that hearts say. Otherwise, we are accepting the other being as they are, where they are. And the compassion and the unconditional love we send towards them is so that they can use that energy to change themselves when they are ready. Not a forcing, not you should, but helping them to be supported, to let go of their fear. Because when we say should, our own fear is coming to the surface. Because we want to control the other and make them almost an image of ourselves, rather than allowing the other to be what they are at this time. That when we give people information, we let it go, because it is up to them if they are at the right vibration to hear the message, or the right vibration to accept the message. But our role is to just let the message go, and it falls wherever it falls for people to either pick up and use or accept as it is being sent into the world. Separate and let go. And the angel now taps your flower and regenerates it, so that the strength of accepting the other becomes part of your flower, accepting the other for where they are, but sending out that divine love of, we love you for what you are. It would be nice if you would go to the next level if you feel really brave, and then letting it go. Because again, that's all we can do, is send them out this support to say, we love you for what you are, but if you went to the next level, that would be good too. And then we turn inwards and we send that self-compassion, that forgiveness onto ourselves as well. We forgive ourselves or allowing our egos to overtake that moment. And we're not doing it to berate ourselves, we're not doing it to punish ourselves, we're doing it to let that energy go. We're freeing that energy. And you see, as you free the energy, that angel grabs that energy and changes it again into butterflies and feathers so that they can fly around in the world and help others who need it. And if you feel you need it, you will get it as well. And then finally, the angel sends their heart energy into your heart energy to help you to strengthen your heart energy, so that as you go around in the world, your heart overrides your mind, your judgment, your ego. So instead, your heart is sending out into the world this wonderful compassion, self-compassion and unconditional love, so that whoever receives it can help to shift their energy. But if they don't, that's not a problem either. Your role is just to send it out into the world so that it is there for beings to accept if they want to or not. The ego says, you have to. The heart says, here it is. If you want it, it's there for you to have. If you don't, that's fine too. And then we're going to take a couple of nice deep breaths. We're going to start to close our energy down. And starting with our crown chakra, we're going to reduce the energy here to a comfortable level. And the Divine Mother is going to place a crystal flower over the top. This crystal flower is going to help us to receive the divine energy and the energy of the higher beings, so that we can work more in our heart space, that compassion, self-compassion and unconditional love, rather than in our minds. Drop down to our brow and reduce the energy here, front and back. And again, a crystal flower over the front and over the back, so that our thoughts are kept clear and joyful, so that we can interact with the world as it really is and help to transmute the energy rather than what our ego is trying to tell us the world is about. Dropping down to our throat and reducing the energy here, front and back, and the crystal flower over the front and over the back, so that as we speak whatever words we need to, they are spoken with love and compassion. Drop down to our heart energy. We reduce it to a comfortable level, and the crystal flower is placed over the front and back. And as always, this is so that we can come from our heart space and send out that wonderful unconditional love, self-compassion and compassion. And as we send it out into the world, so we will receive it back. So we are always in our heart space when we interact with others. Drop down to your solar plexus and reduce the energy to a tiny little light front and back. And Lady Kuan Yin is going to step in and place a beautiful band of gold around you so that it covers your solar plexus to your sacral. This will have beautiful embroidery and flowers and symbols. And this will help you remain in your power, so that your power helps you to support your heart energy, so that as you send that energy out in the world, you strengthen it so that it is straight from the divine energy, but also to remain strong in yourself so that you know that you are staying in your heart energy, and also your own magnificence. So you're not worried about sharing this wonderful heart energy. Drop down to your sacral and reduce the energy here, front and back, placing a crystal flower over the front and over the back. And here is our creativity, helping to create this wonderful energy of compassion, self-compassion, and unconditional love, so that everything we create in the world has this energy in it. That as we give to the world, as we bring wonderful things into the world, we show others that we are accepting them for what they are, and they are just as much allowed to have what we give into the world as everybody else. That no one is denied because of our ego getting in the way. And we drop down to our base and we reduce the energy here to a comfortable level, and that beautiful crystal rose appears on the base, and this will help us be grounded to the earth and also be grounded in our life, so that we know that again we are grounding that heart energy into our life, so that we are sending this wonderful energy out to everyone as well as to ourselves, so that we are a part of this shift into heart energy, and knowing that, as all say, love is the answer, and this is sharing love, sending out love, but also accepting people as they are, rather than how our ego wants to make them. And then Archangel Michael, Archangel Zadkiel, and Archangel Chamuel join their cloaks together to help with protection, violet flame, and healing of the heart energy. And this cloak is placed around you, and then Archangel Michael will place 2 bubbles around you. The bubble on the inside is the vibration of the meditation you're still gently coming down from. And then the second bubble is the bubble of the world that you're moving around in, so that you are not jarred or bounced around, so you can remain in that wonderful, wonderful heart energy. And then the angel steps out of that bubble and bids you goodbye. But if you need their help over the next 2 weeks, then just call on them and they'll return to help you stay in your heart energy if you need that help. And then take a couple of nice deep breaths. Open your eyes, have a stretch, and have a drink. And as I say, over the next 2 weeks, the energy is going to get quite intense, so stay in your heart energy as much as you can, but also put your bubbles of protection up so that your energy is your energy and nice and stable and balanced and settled, so that you can have a nice relaxing time while all about you are in other energies. And I'll say goodbye, and I'll see you next week for a different meditation. So bye for now.